welcome to the Discover Florida Tours YouTube channel, where we make Florida videos for the YouTube generation. My name is David, and I'm going to take you on a little walk around the gardens at the Jungle Prada site and give you a little botanical tour. The main tour I do here is a history tour. We have a Native American mound, an Indian mound on the property, which I call the best preserved American Indian mound in Tampa Bay. But today, I just want to give you a short walk around. It's a beautiful day. We had a heavy rain last night, so everything got a good watering. And I wanted to show you some of the plants at the Jungle Prada site in the gardens. Hey, one of the most popular edible plants for Native Americans in Florida and in the Southwest, the prickly pear. Those are the green fruits. Prickly pear is a cactus, and it's called the opuntia cactus. O-P-U-N-T-I-A, opuntia or opuntia. And those are delicious. They make a great jelly, but you can also head down to the James Museum in St. Pete and get a prickly pear margarita. This cabbage palm tree grew right out of this rock and split it in half. The cabbage palm is officially the state tree of Florida, even though palm is not really a tree. And the top up there where the leaves grow is called the bud, and that part is edible. When you buy it in the grocery store, it's called hearts of palm. It's a cardboard palm. A cardboard palm is not really a palm, sorry for the confusion. It is a cycad native to Central America and Mexico, but the leaves feel like cardboard. And one of the most important plants to the Tocobaga Indians who lived here was the kunti. Kunti is another cycad, and this one has an edible root. Those are the edible roots of the kunti plants, but be careful, those roots, even though they're edible, are poisonous when they're raw. Somehow the Tocobaga discovered that the poison was water soluble, and so you can soak them and rinse them and get rid of the poison. The way they would eat the root is they would dry it in the sun and grind it into powder like flour and use it to bake bread. Some plant books call that plant Seminole bread because the Seminole Indians also use it. Oh, this is on the path. This is one of these things that looks like a green bean. That's a propagule from a red mangrove tree. Oh, the babies. Little baby pea chicks. Hey, if it's called a peacock on land, what is it called out by the water? It's a seacock. What is it in a tree? It's a tree cock. Hey, people don't always think of buttonwood as a mangrove. There's a big old gnarly buttonwood tree back in there growing right on the water. This is a pretty plant. See that purple flower? I'm gonna call that purple versus pink. This is called tamarisk. And the plant looks like a cedar tree, but it's actually not a cedar. It's called tamarisk. It's native to the west coast of North America, so like California, but we've got one growing right here on the coast at the water at Jungle Prada. This is Yaupon holly. The Tocobaga brewed a caffeinated beverage out of Yaupon holly called the Black Drink. Here's a sea grape, Coco loba uvifera. It's got kind of a fun Latin name. Those are Washingtonia palms. There's the dolphin stage where we do lots of cool events. Clusia pitch apple. It's also called the autograph plant. You can sign your name on the leaves. That's a pencil cactus. Oh, the big tree there is an erythrina, which is a coral tree. Kind of neat. Here's bird of paradise. That's kind of a famous one. I think most people assume the blue part is the head of the bird and it's flying out of the flower, but I like to think of this as the bird is diving into the flower and the blue part is the tail, and it's getting some nectar and it's gonna fly away after that. There's the Gloriosa lily. I'll tell you more about that one in a minute. This is just a beautiful part of the garden. I always love this walk. The bricks used to pave Pasadena Avenue, the road to St. Pete Beach, through the small town of South Pasadena, Florida. Here's beach vitex and the dragon fruit cactus. There's a climbing, night blooming cactus that makes dragon fruit. I call this a La France hibiscus. And a coconut palm growing from a coconut we planted. That's pine cone ginger. Kind of neat, pine cone ginger. A little blue porterweed, great butterfly attractor, next to more pine cone ginger. American beautyberry. You gotta love plants that have America right in the name, right? American beautyberry, Calicarpa americana. A star fruit tree. And to get to where you can see these star fruits. Oh yeah. This tree is loaded. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm doing a panorama 360. Lots of star fruit. Delicious, nutritious. Don't eat the green ridges. They have some stuff you don't like. Oxalic acid. Could lead to kidney stones. This is the part where we leave the seaside garden and enter the jungle. The signature tree of the jungle, hence jungle Prada site, are the big live oaks. There's a big live oak. The peacocks love that one. That's a great big live oak. Some of these oak trees are hundreds of years old. They say the oldest living thing east of the Mississippi River is a 2,000-year-old live oak tree in Charleston, South Carolina called the angel oak. We have some oak trees here that are definitely hundreds of years old. Now this is the mound, and these shells on the left are between 500 and 1,000 years old, and they were brought here by Tocobaga people who built this mound and lived here. And this mound is covered in pottery. I'll certainly do another video and show you the pottery. Right now, I just want to show you a giant American beautyberry tree. We'll go up the path, which is made of sandstone from Oklahoma. I call this weed giant ironweed. It is a native weed. It's beloved by bees. That's wild coffee. More giant ironweed. These tall, skinny trees are ligustrum trees. They're not native. They were brought as street plantings. And these low ones are marlberry. That is native. Here's that American beautyberry. Little Calicarpa americana. Giant ironweed. Here's the first of these little bromeliad flowers. I haven't seen too many of these yet this year. Oh, you know why else they call this the jungle? It's not just the big live oak trees, it's the muscadine grapevine. That's what this is. This is muscadine grapevine. See the grape leaves? You can make wine from those, heck yeah. sword fern of some sort. Interesting sword fern. Oh, this is I call this African masked philodendron. It's a philodendron. I'm not sure what the Latin name is. I call it African masked philodendron. And that's a staghorn fern, the round thing. I call that little guy California elephant ear. It's an Alocasia. Oh, and this is one of my favorites. That's Alocasia metallica, like the band. It's an elephant ear. Alocasias are elephant ears. But this one is kind of shiny, and especially on the backside, like that. But if I hold up the leaf, Alocasia metallica is super cool. Split leaf philodendron. Ornamental ginger. It's Cuban buttercup, and I call that guy with the purple flower a Brazilian bachelor button. My father calls it Manaus beauty. This is a crinum lily, Crinum augustum. There are several types of crinum lily. I call this one a milk and wine lily because of those colors. I've also seen it called a Queen Emma crinum lily. There's something called a spider lily, which is also a crinum lily. This is a little different. Sure, we got a mango tree. It's kind of finished for the year. Here's a neat bromeliad. I'm gonna say a Bilbergia bromeliad. Don't quote me on that. I have a bromeliad expert I go to. I'll tell you, it's a bromeliad. You know, a lot of people come on my tour, they call these bromeliads. I am quite sure it's pronounced bromeliad. But you know, do you. Bromeliad if that's how you like it. No, don't do you. Pronounce it right, people. This is a screw pine. I like screw pines. When this thing makes a fruit, it's like a cross between a pineapple and a hand grenade. And last but not least, we do sell plants on our tour of the Jungle Prada site in St. Petersburg, Florida. We sell plants. Have a garden shop. I showed you the giant milkweed. We got a giant milkweed back there. Some of that bachelor button, some of that wild coffee. I got a candlenut tree. That's the state tree of Hawaii, a little candlenut tree, some crotons in the back. Some more here. Oh yeah, I've got one of my little Alocasia metallicas that I'm selling. Some caladiums. Kunti, I got a kunti there in a pot. So yeah, that's it. There's the restrooms. Thanks for checking it out. I'm gonna go back in the greenhouse now. See ya.